Yasodanandana Vrajajanaranjana Yasodanandana Vrajajanaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yasodanandana Vrajajanaranjana Yasodanandana Vrajajanaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Brivakacharya Sishimad His Divine Grace Sri Lacy Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Brivakacharya Sishimad His Divine Grace Srila Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Shri Guru Parampara Ki Jai Srimad Bhagavad Gita Ki Jai Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Shri Guru Angoranga. Go Premananda Hari Hari Bol. Om Namo Bhagavate Va. There's too much. Is this going through a mixer? There's too much treble on the voice and not enough bass. Who is adjusting the sound? Huh? Too much treble. Hare Krishna. Yeah. If it's too much treble, then everyone gets a headache. Hare Krishna. Okay, fine. Hare Krishna. Better, huh? Yeah, too much treble is like having a chisel in your head. Thank you very much. That's the only speaker. Huh? Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So all together please. Om Jnana Timirandasya Ganandana Salakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yukta Padakamalang Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Samritana Setang Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padang Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapcha Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Vrindavanishwari Prishabhana Sutadevi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Vevacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Thank you very much. So today's verse is 21-22. Correct. Dharmatma sent me the number today. So, oh, and it's open to the door. Okay. Yes, so it's a long verse, so what we'll do is, to save time, I'll just read it and you repeat. We'll just go through once, and then we'll do the word for word, like Prabhupada did, and then we'll go into the English. Okay? Please repeat. Arjuna uvāca. Senayor ubhayor madhye. Ratham sthāpaya me cyuta. Yāvad etān nirīkṣe yoddhu-kāmān avasthitān kair mayā saha yoddhavyam asmin raṇa-samudyame. So we'll do the English, we'll do the word for word. Prabhupada always did that. That's very important, the word. Because if you want to look deeply into the translation, you can look at the word for word, and it will help you look into particularly some verses. So, Arjuna uvāca. Arjuna said, senayor, of the armies, ubhayor, both, madhye, between, ratham, the chariot, sthāpaya, please keep, me, my, cyuta, O infallible one, yāvad, as long as, etān, all these, nirīkṣe, may look upon, aham, I, yoddhu-kāmān, desiring to fight, avasthitān, arrayed on the battlefield, kair, with whom, mayā, by me, saha, together, yoddhavyam, have to fight, asmin, in this, raṇa, strife, samudhaye, in the attempt. So, translation Srila Prabhupada. Arjuna said, O infallible one, please draw my chariot between the two armies so that I may, so that I may see those present here who desire to fight, and with whom I must contend in this great trial of arms. Please repeat. Arjuna said, O infallible one, please draw my chariot between the two armies, so that I may see those present here who desire to fight, and with whom I must contend in this great trial of arms. Purport Srila Prabhupada. Although Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, out of his causeless mercy he was engaged in the service of his friend. He never fails in his affection for his devotees, and thus he is addressed herein as infallible. As a charioteer, he had to carry out the orders of Arjuna, and since he did not hesitate to do so, he is addressed as infallible. Although he had accepted the position of a charioteer for his devotee, his supreme position was not challenged. In all circumstances, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, nirīkṣe, the Lord of the total senses. The relationship between the Lord and his servitor is very sweet and transcendental. The servitor is always ready to render service to the Lord, and similarly, the Lord is always seeking an opportunity to render some service to his devotee. He takes greater pleasure in his pure devotees assuming the advantageous position of ordering him than he does in being the giver of orders. Since he is the master, everyone is under his control, and no one is above him to order him. But when he finds that a pure devotee is ordering him, he obtains transcendental pleasure, although he is the infallible master in all circumstances. As a pure devotee of the Lord, Arjuna had no desire to fight with his cousins and brothers, but he was forced to come onto the battlefield by the obstinacy of Duryodhana, who was never agreeable to any peaceful negotiation. Therefore, he was very anxious to see who the leading persons present on the battlefield were. Although there was no question of peacemaking endeavor on the battlefield, he wanted to see them again, and to see how much they were bent on demanding an unwanted war. Very interesting. Mukam karoji vachalam pangam laite girim yat kripa tamaham bande Sri Guru Dinatarinam. Let's see. Okay. So, verse number 21 to 22, chapter 1. Senayor ubhayor madhye ratham sthāpaya me cyuta yāvan etān nirīkṣe ham yoddhavyam avasthitān kair mayā saha yoddhavyam asmin raṇa-samudyame mayā. Arjuna said, O infallible one, please draw my chariot between the two armies so that I may see those present here who desire to fight and with whom I must contend in this great trial of arms. So, I believe, if I remember correctly, this is the first statement of Arjuna, right? It's a request to Arjuna, Krishna. Yes. Before, the Bhagavad Gita starts, and Dhritarashtra and Sanjaya are talking. What happened? What is going to happen? This was Dhritarashtra's mentality. Will they fight? Because though, this is interesting, in this verse it says, desirous to fight. So it was in previous ages, even in Europe, sometimes battles, armies would set up opposite each other. And then before the battle, there would be a negotiation. You understand? Or maybe the leading fighter of one army would fight with the leading fighter of the other army. And it would be decided in that way. So they were making circumstances whereby there would not be a full-scale destruction. So Arjuna is asking, let me see. And Prabhupada says there, he develops that point at the end of the purport. Let me see who wants to fight, how much they want to fight, if it is possible to stop this fight. So this is the mentality of a devotee. And we know that Krishna and Arjuna Krishna went to Duryodhana to try and make peace. And the Pandavas, after all the destruction that Dhritarashtra and Duryodhana tried to do to the Pandavas, they just asked, give us 5 villages. We are Kshatriyas, so our dharma is to protect the people. Kshatriya means Kshatriya, deliverer, from Chat. Chat means harm. That is the actual business of the government people, to protect the people and deliver them from harm. But now in Kali Yuga, the leaders are actively creating harm to the people. They're actively looking for ways to provoke the people. It comes back in the modern era, Machiavelli, the prince. It's the science of creating dissent within a population. So it's called divide and rule, basically. While the elite are stealing all the money, the tax money, and putting 90% in their pocket, they don't want to be noticed. They want the population to kill each other. So they can make a further profit out of this conflict. This is Kali Yuga. The Rakshasas, just like when Krishna talks, 16th chapter, divine and demoniac nature, what does he say? When he starts to describe the demoniac, he says, so much wealth do I have today, and I will gain more according to my schemes tomorrow. He is my enemy, I have killed him. He is my enemy, and I will kill him. There is none so powerful and glorious and wealthy as me. I am surrounded by aristocratic people, and I will give a little charity to protect my good name, and I will rejoice. Giving charity to glorify themselves. There is a saying, you should give in charity with your right hand and not let your left hand know. If you give in charity, you should not broadcast it. Because by broadcasting your giving of charity, you decrease the good result, actually. It is said like that in the Shastra. Your result, your good result, is your self-glorification. And there we would chant, we're in the 17th chapter, Krishna says, Dhanam yagya tapasya should never be given up by the pious person. Yagya means all activities, all duties, they should be done as an offering. Manmana bhava madbhakto, be a devotee, always think of Krishna in a loving way. Priti bhajan, bhava bhajan. And then madhyaji, do everything as an offering to Krishna. This is bhakti. And then madhyaji, pay obeisances, be respectful to everyone, knowing that they are the residents of Krishna. Everyone is in the heart of Krishna. So this is bhakti. And so in a society, a good society, the Brahmins are realizing Brahman. It is not by birth, Jati Brahmana or Jati Gosai. It is by quality, guna karma vibhagasha, Krishna explains. The Brahmins should be busy performing jnana and tapasya to realize Krishna directly. Jnaninas tattva darshina. They should realize the Supreme Lord by achieving his direct darshan, not just intellectually. Oh, I know Sanskrit, I can recite slokas, and then taking donations and watching television. No. And then the true, what is it stated in the Shastra? Brahmana janati Brahman. The Brahmana, the head of society, head and the arms of the Kshatriya, he should have realized Brahman. Shrotriyam brahmanistākyam. He should know Shrotriya, he should know the Shruti, he should know the Vedas, but he should be Brahmanishta. He should be fixed in Brahman. He should be Mahatmanas tamam patha daivim prakritim asher. He should be in the spiritual energy by the purity of his devotion. And he advises the Kshatriya. And the Kshatriya, he delivers and protects the people from harm. That is the Vedic system. It is a combination of spiritually realized people and the governing aspect. Kshatriya, you see in 18th chapter, what is the quality of a Kshatriya? Ishvara bhav. They have this controlling propensity. Now, if that is not restrained by spiritually potent people, if those Kshatriyas, the governing class, are not being guided, then they will expand their controlling idea and they will go down to the Vaishya level. The Kshatriya, above him is the Brahman, right? He's either going to take advice from the saintly people, not just the caste, who I'm born in Brahmin family, I watch television all day. No. Actual people who perform tapasya and study of the Shastra. And in Kali Yuga they should be chanting and they should be practicing austerity, yogya dharma tapasya. They should follow their dharma according to karma, and then they will have potency to guide the Kshatriya directly. But if the Kshatriya is not guided by the Brahman, he'll be guided by the Vaishya function. And that's what we have nowadays. Democracy means demon crazy, because the greedy Vaishyas, Krishi Gorakshavani Jam, they are governing through the Kshatriyas. The Kshatriyas are in power for 5 years, they get elected, and while they're elected they steal the money. And then another bunch comes in. And they start wars according to the directions of the money power. Everybody knows now the elite. What is the elite? The elite is the people who take your tax money. That's who the elite are. Everyone talks about they, but it's who are the they? The they are the people that take tax money and keep it in their pocket. And they don't pay much tax because they make the rules against taxation. I was reading some time back, Jeff Bezos, he's one of the richest men in the world. He's got trillions of dollars. He doesn't pay tax money. You know that? He's one of the richest people in the world, and he doesn't pay tax. You and I, we get a job, 20% is gone. Where's it gone? It's gone to they. I'm speaking frankly. It's time for frank talk now, because we can see the world. The Rakshasas are just making money by war, training the children from birth, not training them in good behavior, calmness, kindness. No, give them video games. And then when they watch the television, brainwash them further. So mothers are bringing up children, and to the age of 18, a glorious labor, that is even discouraged now, is it not? Women are not they're supposed to become men and work in the factory and pay more tax money. But if a mother brings up a child, my child is 18, 19, I'm so happy. What happens then? The government grabs them, throws them on the front line and has them meat grinded, killed. The mother is bringing the child up till he's 18, 19, 20. The government takes him and then kills him on the battlefield. Thousands and thousands of people are being killed for no reason at all, on both sides. Yes, we can say it's Kali. We can say it's Kali. It is the goddess of war. They're sinful. But the Brahmanical function and the Kshatriya function of society should be guiding the lower, the Vaishya function and the Sudra function. They should be taken care of like a family. Nobody should be in need of food and shelter and wife and kindness and society. That is the function of the leaders of society. But now the Rakshasa, this is Duryodhana, he is expansion of Kali Yuga. Kali now is in charge. The only way to fight is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Encourage everyone to do Sankirtan. And don't look to people to tell you. You organize your own Sankirtan party. You understand? Don't be in this Messiah syndrome. Oh, somebody is coming from the sky to kill all the bad people. Kalki's only coming in 427,000 years. Now you have to kill the demons by chanting. And organizing chanting. And organizing discussions on Bhagavad Gita. Darkness cannot stand in front of light. Spiritual knowledge, Bhagavad Gita, the teachings of Gaudiya Sampradaya, Mahaprabhu, all Sampradayas are light. It is now time for all the sadhus of the world to stand up and organize vast Sankirtan parties on every land in the world to stop this madness. And so we see here, Arjuna said, let me see who's desirous to fight. Is there any last chance that we can stop this slaughter? This is Arjuna. This is the first thing. Yeah, I was just checking. This is his first words. First is Dhritarashtra. Then Duryodhana says, oh, let me see. Oh, we have immeasurable. Oh, you have taught, you Bhishma, you have taught Jumna, you, all Dronacharya, all these people. But I'm still going to fight. He's determined. And Dhritarashtra is also determined because he wants to see his son. You see the foolishness of blind material attachment. He's blindly attached to a donkey. We remember, we were reading last week, that when Duryodhana born, the cackling was there, the donkeys were braying, and Duryodhana himself was like braying like a donkey. Most babies go, oh, mommy, mommy, but he's braying, where's my donkey? So we have to realize this now. Don't think somebody is coming to save you. You have to do it. And that is what Bhagavad Gita is. Krishna tells Arjuna, armed with yoga, stand and fight. Why? Because this Hindu idea, I'm sorry. Oh, I'll take up chanting when Krishna wants me to. Right? You've heard that before? Yes. I'll read Bhagavad Gita when Krishna wants me to. That is not bhakti. We are vibhinangsa. Vibhinangsa means separated. I was reading Brahma Samhita yesterday, and also Lord Shiva is vibhinangsa. What does that mean? Have independent control of your own will. Krishna has given you free will. It is within his format, but he is facilitating. What is that verse? Nityo nityanam chaitanas chaitananam, right? Of all eternal souls, conscious souls, there is one supreme. Eko yoddhavyam. Is that the right Sanskrit? You're a pandit. He says, out of that, all those eternals, there is one supreme eternal who is yoddhavyam, who is fulfilling the desire of the other living entities. Now try to understand that. If you want to be a musician, get a guitar, get a sitar, get a harmonium and practice. Krishna will fulfill your desire. If you want to rob the bank, Krishna will give you intelligence how to rob the bank. But he'll also give you the karma phal, the fruit. It's very hard to be Krishna. The bank manager is saying, I hope nobody will rob the bank. But then there's a person in the street thinking, I want to rob the bank. Krishna has to balance everything. So anyway. What is the balancing? The balancing is according to karma, karma phala. You perform an activity, but then there's a fruit attached. You plant a seed in the ground. When the weather is correct, the seed will give the fruit. Huh? So Duryodhana is very nervous about this battle because he's been trying to kill the Pandavas. So that is the fruit of bad activity. He's nervous. We already had this discussed in earlier purports. Who is, let me see the battle. Oh, they're blowing their conches, making me nervous. Why? Because you rob the bank, like we said last week, and every policeman you think, he's coming for me. Huh? You harm somebody, and it doesn't go away. It's residing within your consciousness as a seed. And so sinful people are paranoid. And this has the effect of making them more sinful, more controlling, more desperate to push back karma, until eventually it comes over them like a tsunami and they just get washed into hell. So Bhagavad Gita, first section is about karma, result of activities. So Prabhupada once said, I like my disciples, but they're not scared of mayā. Huh? Of course, he was just making a point. We should be terrified of mayā. Because, what is that verse in the Brahma Samhita? Yastvendra gopa matavendra maho swakarma. It says, Krishna says that I supervise everyone's karma very minutely. Even if it is a germ, a soul in the body of a germ, a soul in a germ's body, Indra Gopa, or if it is Indra, I supervise his karma minutely. If they walk in the path of work, that means if they try to control and enjoy the material energy, then I facilitate their activities. But those that practice devotion to me, karmadi nirhrihi bhakti chabajam, I burn the root of their karma. I burn the very root of their karma. I burn their karma phala. That's why he says, Ma suchaha, don't be frightened, Arjuna. You're my devotee, so any bad karmas, it's going to be burnt up. So we should take that very seriously. Because we see people experiencing their bad karma. Why? Because people think, oh, I'm free to do everything. This is an underlying psychological idea that I am the controller. I'm free to control this material energy. But then the material energy comes back. Why? They learn that they're in Durgadharma. If you're in the prison, if you go to Tihar jail, and you are thrown in the jail, and then you become more violent and criminal in the jail, what will happen? They'll put you in solitary confinement. They'll extend your stay. They'll reduce your privileges. It's a reaction. Everywhere we see in the material energy, action and reaction. But we think, I will avoid it. The demoniac. But Arjuna, his whole point in this first chapter is, Krishna, I don't think this is very good karma, fighting and killing all these great people. Have to do... But Krishna said, no, you have to do your duty. Without thinking profit or loss, gain or acquisition or loss. You have to do your duty, Arjuna. So Krishna is not telling Arjuna to kill. He's telling Arjuna to do his duty as an offering to the Supreme. That is the difference. Krishna is not a warmonger. Because death is certain. Mrityu sarva haraśchaham. Death comes and devours everything. Everything will be gone. So you cannot avoid death. In 100 years, every human being, more or less, that is on the planet now, will be gone. If you come back to Loy Bazaar in 100 years, every face will be changed. Nobody lives more than 100 in Kali Yuga. If you can get over 70 to 80, it's a miracle, because the food is GMO, it's polluted, chemicals, the air is polluted, the Jamuna, you can't take bath, you get ear infection, it's black. Everything is polluted. The earth is polluted. I was reading, I saw a documentary about the farmers in Punjab, the 5 rivers. They started using fertilizer and GMO, and now they can't drink the water from the ground because it's so poisonous. So you have to be intelligent. Dadami buddhi yogam tam. You have to make the choices in your life. Don't look to somebody else. You have to fly your own aeroplane. You have to make your own choices. You have to make your own destination. And don't be anyone's fool. You learn the Shastra. What is it Krishna says at the end of end of 16th chapter? By knowing the Shastra, knowing what should be done and what should not be done, by the regulations of the Shastra, one should act so that one can be gradually elevated. You understand? Like we said, I think we said last week, didn't we? Brahmanas tada acharas tada bhyasa nirantaram. Krishna says at the end of the Brahma Samhita, he says, the highest devotion is attained by slow degrees, by 3 things. Pramana. You must know pramana. You must know shastric conclusion. You must study at the lotus feet of Jnaninas Tattvadashina, of Mahatmanas to Mampatha. You must study not from some donkey in the street. You must study from the Mahatma. And so Prabhupada, Rupa Goswami, Jiva Goswami, Satsandavas, Baladev Vidyabhushan, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Bhakti Siddhanta, Prabhupada, all these great Vaishnavas, why have they written all this knowledge? So that you can take advantage, not the person next to you or the one in this, so that you can read it and get the benefit. Shrotriyam brahministakyam. We are in this material world because of nescience. Nescience. That means our mind is in a fog. Just like we had the winter. It was foggy all day, right? That's how people's minds are in Kali Yuga. They're in a fog. There's no light. How do you dissipate that? By the light of pramana. You read the Shastra, and then what does Krishna say to Brahma? He says, Sad achar. You have to become well behaved. You have to purify your life. You have to eat properly. You have to sleep properly. You have to only take Krishna Prasad. You have to only prepare foodstuffs that can be offered to the Supreme Lord. You have to drink water that's pure. You have to not look at these demons on the television, lying and cheating and trying to brainwash you. The advertisements, it's obvious, they're trying to brainwash you, right? To buy some stupid product. But they're brainwashing you with the programs also. Just as much preparation goes into the programs as goes into the advertisement. They're trying to make you into a commodity that will buy their product. Right? This is, I don't know how many years. Oh, you should get the latest model. You should get throw this one and get the latest. It's out of fashion. Did you know that Apple, I read this years back, they used to give updates, on their operating system, on their phone. So when they wanted to stimulate sales, the latest updates that you would download into your phone, it would slow your phone down. Do you understand? It would make your phone slower. It would clog up things. So then you'd think, in your ignorance, oh, my phone isn't working so well. I think I have to buy a new one. This is parasite. This is bloodsucker. This is gigantic size mosquito. This is what the Vaishya function has become today. They buy the Kshatriya function. They fool people, the Brahman, the Brahminical spiritual function. It's a load of jumbled nonsense. And they say, oh, somebody is coming in the future from the cloud and he will kill the bad people. So you sit in front of your television. And buy things that we tell you to buy. Don't read Bhagavad Gita. Don't go find a quiet place in your home to chant Hare Krishna. Don't invite your friends to read Bhagavad Gita. Invite them to drink alcohol and eat meat and discuss politics. Don't put your mind on that. Don't go to read Bhagavad Gita and see what Krishna says. That's mythology. This is what's going on. It's in front of your face. Don't be a fool to it. Or you lose the chance of attaining eternal life. You have to navigate Kali Yuga very, very, very carefully. Sadhu Sangha, Sava Shastra hoy, Lava Mata Sadhu Sangha, Sava Siddhi hoy. So this is what Arjuna is saying. Now, this is a heavy topic, I'm sorry, but it has to be said. But here, Krishna is Arjuna's charioteer, right? So now I've already explained that we have choice, and Krishna will facilitate that choice. So you have to have, we have to choose, I have to have the choice that I want to increase my devotion. So Shastra, Pramana, good behavior, and then Nirantaram. You have to be steady in your devotion. These three things will take you out of the material energy. It'll take me out of the material energy. We have to do these three things every day. We have to hear and chant every day. We have to give in charity. We have to purify our life. Not next week, but today. Atato Brahmajignas. What does that mean? Now. It means you inquire into Brahman now, at this time, this present time, not in the future or in the past. Bhaktivinoda says, forget the past, don't dream about the future, act now. Have your mind on Brahman now. Do you see the point? Because that, your life is a series of nows. It's a series of nows. If you dream too much about the future, you'll become anxious. And if you think too much about the past, you become depressed. Oh, I should have done this, I should have done that. My mother used to slap me. My father didn't give me this. You will regret everything. Forget the past. Huh? This is the modern psychology, isn't it? Oh, we're the victim of the past. So don't rise above your victimization of the past. Go to the psychiatrist, pay $500 an hour, and he will sit there and say, oh yes, oh I'm very sorry about that. And you'll be fixed on the past instead of acting now. And the future, oh, there's a Messiah coming. There's all these man-made religions, they all talk about some guy in the future that's going to come and sort it all out. No, you have to be your own Messiah, your own messenger from God. And this is what the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna doesn't say, Arjuna, sit on your backside, I'll kill them all for you. He says, no, you do your duty, Arjuna. So this is the message, Bhagavad Gita. Don't look to somebody else. You look to yourself. When you look in the mirror, that is the person who is going to take you back to Godhead or keep you in the material world. That person. And Krishna, yoddhu-kāmān, he'll fulfill your desire. But you have the desire, so then you must do activity. So here, how is Krishna? It's very interesting. The way Krishna is introduced by his devotee is as a servant. And did you see in the purport? Prabhupada says, yes, Krishna is Ishvara Parama. He's the supreme master, the supreme controller. But how is he controlling? Now, in this material world, sometimes we say, oh, he thinks he's God, right? As if God is a bad person. He thinks he's the center of attention. He thinks he's a big controller. He's the big Ishvara. He's a narcissist. He's a big idea. But that is not actually the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this chapter, this introduction that Prabhupada has written so wonderfully, this purport, Krishna is introduced. He's infallible, but he's introduced as the servant of his devotee. Huh? Samaham sarvabhuteshu, huh? Na dvesha, na priya. I am equal to everyone. Huh? I don't choose somebody to hate. I'm not whimsical. I don't have a chosen people. But he who serves me, he is a friend to me and I am a friend to him. Huh? So Krishna is very scrupulous. According to your activities, you will get the result, whether it's in the path of karma or the path of bhakti. If you follow ecology nicely, you try, I think I'm going to fast all day, or I'm going to just drink lemon and honey water, and I'm going to chant 1 lakh today. And I'm going to read Prabhupada's, going to read Gita. Then you will get the result of that. Krishna will give you the result. So you have to realize your own potency. It is you that makes yourself go back to Godhead. Guru can give you so much instruction. How to drive a motor car. But if you get drunk and drive crazily, what is the use of that good instruction if you don't take it? If we don't take our instruction carefully, what is the use of it? You may have the best motor car teacher in the world, the best guru in the world, but if you don't follow the instructions, therefore Krishna says, sevaya, inquire, get knowledge from him, but then serve him. How? Serve his instructions. Do you understand the point? It's not that you just sit there, Guru says chant 16 rounds, and then I don't chant 16 rounds. Guru says 16 rounds minimum. In Kali Yuga, Nam Avatar, Krishna. Harinam, Sankirtan. We have to be dedicated to that. Pramana, we have to gain Siddhanta to dispel the fog, to get the real understanding, and we have to do that steadily. That is sadhana bhakti. And Krishna then will facilitate that. I'm the friend of my devotee. Huh? What is that verse? I was sitting with Mario. This is one of my favorite verses. Bhakti means to become dear to Krishna. And how? By following dedicatedly the instructions of a Paramahansa Guru. Sadhavo hridayam mayam, sadhunam hridayam tvaham, mad agyatena jananti, naham tebyo manag api. The pure devotee is always within the core of my heart. I am always in the heart of the pure devotee. My devotees do not know anything else but me, and I do not know anyone else but them. This is Lord Vishnu instructing Durvasa Muni. Durvasa Muni was trying to bully Ambarish Maharaj, right? This is Lord Vishnu. You be very careful what you do to my devotee. What did when Jad Bharat was enlisted to carry the palanquin of Maharaj Rahugana, correct? And then the Maharaj, hey, why are you jumping from side to side? So he got down, he was chastising Jad Bharat. And then Jad Bharat said, you're speaking in this way and that. And he gave him some Shastric knowledge. And Maharaj Rahugana said, this is a Vaishnav. This is not some Jad person. This is a calm, peaceful person who is learned in knowledge and is realizing the Supreme Lord deep within the core of his heart. He is the heart of Krishna. The sadhu is the heart of Krishna. Now you may stand on my toe and I say, oh, never mind, it was an accident. But you try and stab me in the heart. That is a death blow. Huh? You hit me on the hand, okay, all right. But you try and stick something in my heart. You offend the sadhu, then you're finished. Mad elephant defense. You're attacking the heart of Krishna. So Maharaj Rahugana said, my God, I'm not scared of the thunderbolt of Indra. I'm not scared of any Devata, but I'm very scared of offending the Vaishnav. That's in the Bhagavatam. That's not me. So Mahat Sevam Dwara Maho Vimuktes. The liberation, if you want, actually want, if we want, I shouldn't leave myself out, if we actually want liberation from birth, death, old age and disease, the doorway is service to the Mahatma. Mahatma, Mahat Sevam Dwaram Aho Vimuktes. How to serve? Follow the instructions. Are they very difficult? Chant every day. Purify your life. Learn the Shastra. Study. Invite your friends. Get a sadhu sangha group going. Krishna will bless you. Eko yoddhavyam. He will give you everything. Samaha, I'm equal to everyone, but my sadhu, I'm special to him. I look after him. Na me bhakti pranashati. We have to realize this. We shouldn't be like there's no oxygen in our life. We have to wake up. Do you see the point? Oh, I heard about this. Never mind. I'm getting my belly filled. I've got a place to sleep. Maybe I'll get a salary. I can move up the ranks. Like this. If we're thinking like this, That's what we'll get. I fulfill your desire. Huh? What do we sing every day? Moraya bilas vilas kujadiyovas. My desire, Tulsi Devi, is to enter into the groves of Vrindavan and serve the Leela of Radha and Krishna. That's what I want. So we have to pick up that idea, that vision. And this is the vision. Now Krishna is introduced, as I was saying, he's introduced as the servant of his devotee. So that is our nature. Krishna is the supreme controller. He's supreme master. But he's not a bully. He's using his power to give you everything, to take care of you. He'll give you the sadhu. He'll give you realization. There's no restriction. He's in your heart. What does it say? Sutri mani gana iva. Krishna, the soul is resting upon Krishna. Krishna is Atma Atma. He's the soul of the soul. Now, if Krishna is within the soul, is he there alone? Or is he there with all his devotees? Is he restricted? The soul is Keshava Satabhagasha. It's a minute thing. But Krishna is not restricted by time and space. We have the whole universe, the whole creation within our own soul. And so does everyone else. So that's where we look when we're chanting. We take our chanting and we offer that to Krishna. And we say, Krishna, Savadharma Prijaja. All these material dharmas, ultimately they're to be given up. And I just offer myself to you. And then Krishna becomes the charioteer. And he's taking directions from his devotee. What does Krishna say? Tesham sadada yuktanam bhaditam pritibodhabakam dadami buddhayogam tam yenamam upayantide. One who is giving me devotion in the best way he can. Krishna is not just for the Paramahamsa. He's for the neophyte. He's for the bug. He's in the heart of every soul. But in the human form, this is the best form of life. Forget about Swarga Loka. This is the best form of life. To be a human here in Kali Yuga. What does it say in the Bhagavatam? Kirtanadeva, no. Kali Yuga, Kile dosha nide rajam, asti eka mar. The Kali Yuga is an ocean of faults, but it's the greatest yuga. Why? Because kirtanas, yeah. Yes. By doing kirtan. So you will do kirtan nicely when you have siddhanta, when you've purified, when you have a little devotion. Don't think, oh, Krishna is just paying attention to the saint, the sadhu, to Jad Bharat, to Sukadev Goswami. He's just looking after them, but I'm a neophyte. No, Krishna's heart is unlimited. Now Krishna is being introduced. He is loving everyone. But his devotee that offers him love is given love back unlimitedly. This is how Krishna is introduced to the Bhagavad Gita. You're infallible. You don't make mistakes. Achyuta, very interesting. The first descriptive name of Krishna is Achyuta. He's infallible. He won't make a mistake. Arjuna says, oh, Krishna, you're infallible. Now, take me in the middle of the battlefield. So this is Krishna. He's the Supreme Lord, the unlimited Sarva Shakti, unlimited variety of power and depth. he's the servant. Not even just of his devotee, but especially his devotee. But he's the servant of every living entity. Now this is amazing, is it not? The quality of Krishna. And this is throughout the whole creation. Krishna is the servant. Why does Krishna call the gopis to the Ras Leela? To serve them. Why do the gopis run to the Ras Leela? To serve. Not to enjoy and control, but to serve. So this is, we have to realize the heart of Krishna. What an incredible Supreme Lord. He's the servant of everyone. He's the supreme controller. But he's not controller like Duryodhana or Ravana or Hiranyāksha. He's the servant. He's the well-wisher of everyone. And he's infallible. He has created all the living entities. He has created this to fulfill their desires. His enjoyment is to be servant. So therefore we are Mama Angsa Jiva Loke Jiva. We are the Angsa of Krishna. So our nature is to serve. But we're serving in the material world. You're not, I am. I'm serving my senses instead of serving Krishna in the heart. Huh? Therefore, antirmukh bahirmukh, right? The devotee, he doesn't. What is it? Second chapter. Arjuna asks Krishna later on, he says, how do I know who's transcendentally situated? He says, when the living entity gives up all sorts of mental concoction by which he thinks I will enjoy in this world, but he finds satisfaction at Maram in the self alone, in the Supreme Self and his relationship, then he is in pure transcendental consciousness. This is how we have to take satisfaction. So tapasya means to pull the senses back from their attraction to the material energy and keep them under control. Vipassana. Become neutral to that and look within the soul, within our own soul, at the presence of Krishna and the whole spiritual world that is there with Krishna. And to realize the quality of that transcendental abode where everyone is full of seva bhav. It's wonderful. It's achyuta. It's inconceivable. It's so beautiful that we look at this material world. We're fighting for survival in these terrible conditions, with terrible conditions in Kali Yuga. What is the shelter? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Take shelter of the name. Take shelter of the sadhu sangha. What is that verse? Oh, hey, Vaishnava, give me chaya bega domi, chaya dosha shuddhi. Give me all those good qualities, Vaishnava sangha. Okay, you give them, but I will practice. I will desire them. You understand? That's the meaning. What do we sing every day? Ye prasade pure sarva. By the grace of Guru, my desires will be fulfilled. So we have to desire that abode. And Krishna will give. I fulfill the desire of everyone. What we want, Krishna will give us. He will facilitate that. Not this life, maybe next life. He'll work us towards what we want. So, by sadhu sangha, by holy name, by shastra pramana, tadabhyasa, by trying to become a sadhu, becoming pure, and then practicing steadily. The highest devotion is attained by slow degrees. we'll finish on the following verse from that. These preliminary practices of devotion. Yes. That's the verse there. But then the next one. These preliminary practices, the beginning of devotion, that means pramana. You must learn siddhanta. You must try to become saintly in your behavior. If you have problems, then keep fighting like you're climbing a mountain. Keep fighting. Armed with yoga, Krishna says, fight. What does that mean? In union with me, fight your attachment to this material world. Armed with yoga, that means in my shelter, you fight your attachment to the Maya Shakti. How? By taking shelter, pramana, of the Shastra, taught by the Guru, and then pramana, saintly behavior. Don't gossip, don't lie, don't cheat, don't be vicious, don't be envious. Control that. That's the Kali Yuga, that's Kali, that's the Rakshasa is pushing you. And then keep that mentally. Just like, maybe I shouldn't talk about myself, but once I was climbing a mountain. It was 4,000 meters, just below 4,000 meters. So unfortunately, I hadn't taken enough sandwiches. Of course, I was vegetarian. I ran out of cheese sandwiches, and I ran out of water. When I was only about just below halfway. But I determined I was going to get to the top. 4,000 meters, the air's very thin aft. I'm going to go to the top, or I'm going to die. I made it to the top. Then I had to climb down. Took me 10 days to recover. But I got to the top. Of course, it was stupid. But we have to have that determination. We have to have that determination. You understand? That's what we have to have. These preliminary practices of devotion are conducive to the realization of loving devotion. Do you understand? You learn Shastra, you try to be a sadhu, and you keep constantly practicing with the goal, prayojan tattva, in the mind. I want to achieve the association of that infallible, beautiful Lord whose only thought is to serve his devotees and serve all living entities, because all living entities are his devotees. That is what I want. I want to get there. That is my home. My home is not this stinking material world where it's full of hypocrisy and lying and cheating and vicious people. Realization of loving devotion, than whom there is no superior well-being. There's nothing better than that. Who goes hand in hand with the attainment of the exclusive state of supreme bliss, and who can lead to myself. Right? So by sadhana bhakti we become blissful, and then by blissful we realize Krishna. By bhava bhakti you realize your relationship with Krishna. But the beginning is Shastra, Buddha Yoga, determination, saintly behavior. And that means mam namaskaru. Krishna says everything in those four. Manmana, okay, fix the mind on Krishna in a devotional way, do all my duties as an offering, my chanting, my japa, my work, my this, my that. And mam namaskaru, I give respect to everyone. Huh? That is saintliness. Saintliness really means that. And this is Arjuna. He doesn't want this war. Let me see who's desirous to fight. Is there any way we can stop this? Prabhupada says it in the purport there. But Krishna says, you have to do your duty. There's no choice. You can't leave the battlefield. And then what happened? The final chapter. Wherever there is Arjuna and Krishna, there is victory, opulence, morality. Huh? So we have that choice. We have that choice. I have that choice. You have that choice. You have that choice. And we are Vibhinamsa. Like I say, Lord Shiva is Vibhinamsa. It's in there, in the purport. We have to choose what we want. So what will help us best? Sadhu Sangha, Sava Shastra, Sudha Bhakata Charana Reina, service to the Sudha Bhakta, Mahatmanas, Tamampatha, Devim, Sadhu. We have to go to the Sadhu and say, oh hey Vaishnav Thakur, Doyara Sangara, Edase Karuna Kori, Diyapada Chaya. What is that? What is the shelter of the Sadhu, of the Vaishnav Thakur? Vaishnav Thakur. Give me all those good Sangha, good qualities. You give that. But I will try to cultivate. You give me the seed and I will put the water and guide those plants in my heart. But, right? Nectar of devotion. Rupa Goswami. The Guru plants the seed of devotion in the heart, and then the intelligent sadhana cultivates that seed. Don't look for anyone else. It means you give me, no, you tell me how to achieve it. And then I will use my will, my effort. Just like, right, Ramchandra, everyone's talking about Ramchandra. They were throwing the big stones in. And Hanuman said, hey, out of the way, Chip Kuli. He was throwing some sand, right? He was throwing some sand. Ram said, Hanuman, who do you think you are? That fellow, little Chip Kuli, little squirrel, he's as dear to me as you are. He's working according to his capacity, and you're working to your capacity. Of course, Hanuman is faultless. This is Leela. No offense against Hanuman. But that's the very great point. We may be little Chip Kuli. Is that the right word? No.
Squirrel.
Yeah, little squirrel. And then, right, and Ram put his hand on, and he has tilak on his back, right? So leave some nuts out for the squirrels. Ramchandra will be, He's dear to Ramchandra. So we may not be empowered acharya, Sri Bhakti Siddhanta, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, these incredible people, Madhavendra Puri. We're not these people. We may be Chip Kuli. Is that squirrel is Chip Kuli? No, Chip Kuli is a little, no, what's it? Gileri. Gileri, I told you, mere Hindi take nahi hai. Gileri. We may be Gileri. Even if we're Chip Kuli, we can do something for Ramchandra. We may be Gileri. But we are dear to Krishna for just putting a little sand. We're Gileri. Right? Do you agree?
Yes.
Don't think, I can't do anything. Prabhupada, one of his last lectures, in 1972, he was in Mayapur and he was saying, look, he wasn't breathing nicely, but he said, look, you don't have to do what I have done, traveled all over the world. He said, you just become guru of the block. That's what Prabhupada says. Just become local guru. Just make one devotee. Make two devotees. Just give knowledge to your friends. Be a sadhu and people will, he's a nice person. What's he got to say? Be Gileri. Or even be Chip Kuli, it doesn't matter. But don't be a mosquito. Sucking the blood. Do something positive. Huh? Do you see my point? Don't be discouraged. Because what are you? You are part and parcel. We, even I am, we're part and parcel of Krishna. We are Satchidananda. We have form and quality. We all have a wonderful relationship with Krishna. Huh? It's the most amazing thing. We're more valuable, one spirit soul. Next time you see somebody in the traffic jam, just remember, he is dear to Krishna. And in his heart, or her heart, or the Gileri, or the Chipkuli, there is the most valuable thing in the whole creation. It is a particle of the absolute truth. It is part of Krishna. And look at, see how this is the beginning of Krishna introduced in the Gita. And he's introduced as the servant. So we can just meditate upon that. Krishna is our source. He's the supreme servant of all living entities. And at the same time, he is the supreme master. But he uses his mastery in the service of his devotees and every living entity, because ultimately every living entity is the servant of Krishna. So the devotee, he gives that mercy. He gives that mercy, doya karuna. That is the quality of the Vaishnava. He is full of compassion. His heart is not trying to grab things in this material world. Leave that to Krishna. I will do my duty. What comes is okay. But let me give a little mercy. Huh? And then Krishna, oh, he's on my side. I will take. So I'm equal to everyone. I love everyone. But he's trying to serve. Let me help him. Let me give him the right idea according to his level of advancement. Huh? This is what Krishna does. He's the supreme spiritual master. He will give you realization that is suitable for you. He's Chaita Guru. Sometimes people say, oh, I'm not Prabhupada's disciple. No, everyone has the greatest guru in their heart. Everyone has the greatest guru. Diksha may come in this way, Shiksha may come in that way, but we're all disciples of Chaita Guru. Huh? So put all tamoguna aside and realize, wow, Krishna, he is the supreme soul, and his majesty, his power, his energy, it is under the control of his unlimited kindness. And it doesn't matter what we've done. In the past we've been Savadama, don't worry, Matsuja. Just turn to me and I will accept you. Just like Bibhishan. Bibhishan went to Ram, right? He said, oh, I can't stay this Ravana. He's my brother, but he's horrible. The way he's treating Sita, I can't take it. So I've come to you, Ram. And so Ram says, and he's maybe thinking, I'll be punished. No, Ram says, whoever takes shelter of me, who says, oh Ram, I belong to you. Tomorrow, I belong to you. Then I will take him. And he will be safe from that moment on. So he took Bibhishan. Krishna took Bibhishan. So then Ram said, Lakshman, go and Ravana's dying. Take instruction. Lakshman said, oh, why? Well, no, he's a learned pandit. Go and take instruction. Ravana said, there's two things you should remember, Lakshman. If there's a chance of going good Do it immediately. If there's a bad thing pulling you to do it, then slow down. Do it later. He says, I'm destroyed now, and everything is destroyed because I immediately did the bad thing and tried to seduce Sita. But the good thing, I could have surrendered to Ram. I didn't do that. I put that off. Duryodhana, I'm not going to surrender to Krishna. I'm going to bind him in my assembly house, right? It's the Mahabharata, you know. Yeah. Everyone's learned it here. Huh? Yeah, I didn't try to do the good thing. I did the bad thing immediately, and the good thing I put off. But the bad thing I should put off, and the good thing I should do. We should always, that is sadhu. So that is Ravana. He wrote a commentary on the Vedas, actually. But usually there is just karma, artha, dharma, artha, karma, not moksha. Because the demon, they want to control, they want this material energy. So, but anyway, that's another point. So this is what we should think. We should keep this alive in our mind. Because the material energy, like I say, we want sadhu sangha. We shouldn't have television sangha and the news and all this. We have to keep in touch with what's going in the world. But we should take sangha from Rupa Goswami, from Jiva Goswami, from Srila Prabhupada, from Bhakti Siddhanta, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Jaivadan. This should be our sangha. And then we should create our sangha wherever we are. Guru of the block. But if you turn on the television, what's the cricket score? Okay, maybe your next life you'll be a cricketer. But do you want that? Or do you want to live eternally with Krishna, who's ready to drive the chariot? In the battle, Arjuna is saying, go here, go there, do this, pass me this, do that. Huh? And Krishna, yes, I'll do that. He's the Supreme Lord. So we should realize how wonderful is Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thank you very much. Please forgive any mistake I made. But now we can see that it is very important. Very important. This is Kali Yuga. Thank you all very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.